welcome back to the cave. Back to the cave. I'm Steve Goodson, and this is the Downey's Prep Report brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. Football gets a lot of attention around this time of year, but there's a story on the volleyball court right now that's too good to pass up. Too good. Joining me as always, co-host Chris Miller. Chris, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Can you believe it's we're already 1 week into the fall season?
I know. How about that? And school starts back for everyone. What, next week?
Yep. And let's not get started on how late school starts.
Oh yeah, I won't. Teachers went back today. School starts, I think today or tomorrow. I think, and then classes start next week. So today we've got 3 guests from Jacksonville High School. Head coach Catherine Flatt. How are you doing? Is it Flatt?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
And senior captain is Lakota Flatt. You have the same last name as her.
Yes.
How about that? And Athena Teel. Athena?
Yes, sir.
I just want to make sure, because I had some trouble with your sister's name for a long time. Chris, you recently wrote about these two article in the Daily News and the road they've taken to get to this senior year. So I would, if you would kind of set this up for me and tee it up before we talk to them.
Well, I think that was a fun interview, and I mean, anytime you talk to these 3 young ladies, they have a lot of personality. They're really good players, and I think they kind of feed off each other a little bit. And but they, I talked to them about they're obviously great players. They were junior captains last year. They're obviously senior captains this year. About the road that they've taken, they both are younger sisters of really good players. And how does that dynamic work, and how have they created their own legacy at Jacksonville High School? And I think they've done a great job. Again, they're 2 fantastic players, 2 fantastic young ladies, have a great coach. I always joke with Coach Flatt about, nothing gets past you. You don't, you don't like wasting a lot of time on the volleyball court, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, that's awesome. Well, this is going to be, I can tell this is going to be fun. Lakota's a little serious though. I think I've got a question in rapid fire about who's the serious one. I think Lakota may be the serious one, but, before we get into talking with them, we got to pay a few bills. So we're going to, have really quickly, we're going to have the show sponsor is Marine Federal. So let's hear from Marine Federal.
The Downey's Prep Report Show with Steve Goodson and Chris Miller is presented by Marine Federal Credit Union. At Marine Federal, you're more than just a member. You're part of a community. With personalized service, competitive rates, and a commitment to your goals, Marine Federal is here to help you thrive every step of the way. Visit marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future.
All right, we're back. The mics were mute. We were back, but nobody could hear us. So, Chris, the headline of your story was Senior Jacksonville Volleyball Duo Creating Own Identity. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of reason for that. Lakota is Shawnee. Is it Shawnee? Shawnee. Yes, Shawnee Flatt's younger sister. Shawnee is had 1,000 assists during her career at Jacksonville, and now is attending NC State University, majoring in education. I think is it education?
She is majoring in forensic science.
Is she a freshman?
She this fall she is a sophomore.
Okay. Yes. She's got it figured out already. I went through 3 years and didn't have it figured out. Athena is Lavina Teel's younger sister.
Yes.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Lavina for the homegrown series that we have. Lavina had a heck of a career at Jacksonville, then played a couple seasons of junior college volleyball before now transferring and playing D1 volleyball at University of Arkansas at Little Rock. And did your mom go out was your mom on the road this past weekend, wasn't she?
Yeah, she got home at 1 a.m. this morning.
Did she?
From returning from my sister's first game.
Yeah, she was. I saw her at y'all's match the other night against West Havelock. Mm-hmm. And she was telling me that she was hitting the road and driving out.
How'd they do, by the way?
They lost, but Lavina did good.
Okay,
that's awesome. That's awesome. So both of these young women grew up watching successful older sisters come through the program, but now they're seniors, they're captains, and this is their team. Chris, when you sat down with Lakota and Athena for that story, you touched on it a little bit, but what stood out to you?
I was just really impressed with how mature they handle those questions when I asked about the pressures of falling in their the shadows of their sister, and they both took it as a challenge. they're not afraid of that challenge, but they also express appreciation of having older sisters that they could teach them, who were able to teach them how to play volleyball, the fundamentals, things that they were learning. And you see what they're doing now. They're taking what they've learned and kind of doing things in their own way with what their sisters taught. So I just thought both young ladies were very mature.
Yeah, I tell my little sisters I got it going on. I tell big sister I got it going on now. So I had a big brother, so he was always right. So I get where you guys are probably coming from. So we're going to talk with you guys, but again, you didn't get to enjoy it because you got here just in time. After when we get done, you get to enjoy some Chick-fil-A from Pete Burgess and Chick-fil-A. So I need to thank Pete real quick. Let's thank Pete.
The Down East Prep Report Training Table is brought to you by Pete Burgess and Chick-fil-A of Jacksonville. Every week, Pete and his team make sure our players, coaches, and hosts are well fed before we go on the air. And we're grateful for their support of local high school athletics. The next time you're looking for lunch, dinner, or catering for your team or office, stop by Chick-fil-A on Western Boulevard Extension near Target, the Western Boulevard location drive-through near the mall, or the location inside the Jacksonville Mall. Thanks to Pete Burgess and Chick-fil-A of Jacksonville for helping us keep the training table open all season long. Now, let's get back to the show.
All right, last commercial for a little while. So Catherine Flatt took over Jacksonville Volleyball Program 2023 after 5 years as assistant and JV head coach under longtime coach George Folger. She also coached volleyball internationally in Japan, and Jacksonville has remained a regular. You guys, you haven't missed a beat. George, I think there was a string of since like 2008 or 9. You guys have made the playoffs, so that's awesome. And you've kept that going. Lakota Flatt is a senior outside hitter and 2-time team captain. She's a true 6 rotation player. I know a little bit what that is. My daughter played volleyball at White Oak High School back in the, we'll just say a long time ago. She's just as comfortable making a play in the back row as she is putting one away at the net. And I think I got a question for you about that one. And Athena Teel is a senior setter, left-hander, right? Yeah. And right side hitter and co-captain with Lakota for the 2nd straight season. So Coach Lakota, Athena, welcome to the cave. This is the cave. Glad you're here, and let's talk some volleyball. So we're going to rotate questions back and forth between Chris and I, and then we shared these questions with you guys, but we didn't share at the end. We have this thing called rapid fire. So it's just quick answers, whatever comes to mind, and I can see by the stymied laughter that we might be getting some good answers coming up. So Coach, I'm going to start with you. Lakota has basically grown up around volleyball. You were coaching in Japan when she and Shawnee were little kids running around as your ball girls.
Yes, sir.
When did you first realize Lakota might have a future in the game itself?
My first two, my 2 older girls played. So she was always in the midst of always sitting on the side. At first, I thought she was not interested, and then a couple of games gone through, she started picking up the ball, start hitting the wall, and then it slowly progressed to like, Shawnee, hit me some balls, so the 3 of them will have it in a triangle, and they'll just try to see who's the one that drops the ball first. It grew from there. I think when Shawnee first had her first volleyball game, which is organized at the rec season in Okinawa, Japan, she went to the game with me, and she's like, Shawnee does so good. I think I can do good too, but I never thought it would stick with her, until we came back to America. In the year 2018, she was in the 5th grade. I believe, was it 3rd grade? 4th grade. She was in the 4th grade, and Shawnee started in Japan. There's no middle school games. Okay. So trying to get her to be comfortable with programs that were offered to American families was something I dove into. So got my kids in there. Shawnee played, and we came back here, and we dove right into the rec season too. We started, at the rec season at the Commons. I started coaching there as well, coming in, trying to develop some players. And then when she started her middle school year, Shawnee took off, and Dakota was like, I think I want to play. I want to play. So on Shawnee's 7th grade season, she came in from from elementary school, 5th grader, and was their team manager. So I said, you got to start slow. You got to work your way through. You know, you can get more touches with the ball. And that was the first year I coached Shawnee and Lavina. Lavina was an 8th grader and Shawnee was 7th grader.
Okay.
So
Nice.
that was my first touch with Lavina coming in as a player, you know. But it worked. It's funny how things work, you know. As the same way, I was also at the high school, and these two would come in and they would gather ball, and we would toss balls at them, and then for some reason it stuck. It stuck with
That's
them.
awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. So Lakota, talk about growing up. Your mom just kind of filled us in on what how you were introduced to the sport, but how was it? You know, we all know how good your mom is, and your sister is in volleyball, but what did you pick up from watching your sister play volleyball? What were some of the kind of the tricks of the trade that you picked up from her?
Watching my older sister, Shawnee, but also my other older sister, she was also a setter. So growing up with Shawnee and Shy, they taught me a lot about the sport, but one thing that really stuck with me was having an IQ on the court. I think that anybody can do anything that they want to on the court, but it depends on how you place certain things and how you just play all around on the floor. Another thing that I also picked up from them is just being a good team leader and just overall having a lot of communication with your teammates, because I feel like that's not only that can you connect with them off the court, but you can also connect with them on the court. And so it just makes a lot of things much easier, and that's just a few things what I picked up from watching my older sisters.
When did that moment hit you that I like what everybody's doing, I like what my mom does, I like what my sister does, my sisters have done, but was there a moment where I don't want to do exactly what they were doing, I want to do it kind of with my own twists? When did you realize that?
Obviously me and my sisters, we all play different positions. We're not the same player, and I think that kind of hit me maybe when Shawnee left, because obviously Shawnee was our setter before she left to go to college. And after I realized I had to pick up like a few things after she left off, I was like, maybe I can't just do it her way all the time. I have to figure out how to do it my way. So it helps not only me as a team or as a player, but also my team. Yeah,
Athena, you had your own older sister playing at Jacksonville and then went on. Did having that older sister had already kind of been through all the things and you kind of got to watch that, did that make it easier, do you think, for you when it became your turn?
Yeah, I definitely think it made it easier for me, like starting up with volleyball, because not only was she coming home and teaching me, but I got to go to all of her games. I was exposed to the sport really early on, and it was different for her because, you know, she started in 8th grade. She didn't even know tryouts for that day, didn't bring tennis shoes. And then her friend told her, like, oh, we should go try out for the volleyball team. So she came out and she made the team because she was super tall. But I got to go to all the games and, you know, screaming at the ref as I did when I was little.
We actually have a question coming up about that. As funny, a rapid fire question.
But you know, like I learned the rules really quickly. I just fell in love with watching that sport. And you know, me and her always grew up as cheerleaders together.
Yeah.
Youth sports in California. So me and her always just kind of did things together. We'd always throw up stunts. And then so when volleyball started, we just both naturally went that way.
So watching her, kind of seeing everything, you going through your stuff now, you got a younger sister who plays volleyball.
Yes.
So what piece of advice are you going to give her, you think, about playing volleyball, maybe in high school, or just piece of advice as it relates to if she continues on playing volleyball?
I would say just always staying positive, because I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to volleyball is your mental game. And if you're not there mentally, if you're in your head, if you're sad, like crying on the court, you're putting a roof over your head. You're never gonna excel in the sport. So I would just tell her, you know, just always push yourself. Don't ever limit yourself, and just stay positive the whole time you're playing.
That's awesome. So hold on real quick, Chris. We have our most loyal viewer, Joy Weatherington. Every week she's on here. She says, you both have good genes. I know they learned something from their sisters and mom, but this is their year to shine. Best of luck to the coach, the girls, and the team. Go Cards. Joy is a Cardinal. Her grandson goes to Newbern High School, plays basketball there, but Joy is a avid Jacksonville Cardinal fan. So real quick, we're going to go that's kind of round one. We're going to morph over and and I'm sure one of you guys will probably be this at some point in time, our player of the week. So our player of the week this week is junior. You got to help me, man. Why can't they last name be Smith? Eddie Deptola. Is that how you say it?
Deptola.
Say it again.
Deptola.
Deptola, because we got to know that because we're talking to him tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And his dad, who's the coach. Junior quarterback, Liberty Christian. DePola scored 3 total touchdowns to lead Liberty Christian to a comeback 26-14 victory against Father Capadona High School last Friday, August 14th. The junior quarterback completely took over the game in the second half. Go-ahead score was a 25-yard touchdown run in the third quarter to give the Heat an 18-14 lead, and then he had another insurance touchdown score in the fourth quarter, which was followed by a successful 2-point conversion. This is the interesting fact. I think this is their 4th year as a high school program, right? Mm-hmm. This marks the first time that they've won their opening game in 4 years. So they are actually 1-0 for the first time in school history. First time that they've started the season out. So Eddie Deptola. Gosh, man, I'm going to have to get you hyphenated for me.
Why don't you just call him Eddie D?
Eddie D. Eddie D. That's what we'll do. Eddie D. And I'll call his dad, who's a coach, Coach Eddie D. How about that? So Eddie D, player of the week. And the player of the week, again, is brought to you by Down East Heating and Air. And, of course, we got to share some love with you about Down East Heating and Air.
Season long. Call 910-346-4311 or head over to downeastheating.com and let Jason Humphrey and the Down East folks put their talents to work for you.
And just a brief little commercial for them today. So round 2, becoming your own player. So, you're up.
And Coach, one thing when we talked last week, you said something about you tell all the players comparing yourself kind of kills the joy. And you have those conversations with these players? I mean, not just these two, but all players. How are those conversations like with these two, but other players about that joy being killed if you compare?
I think that's just in general in life. You find yourself short in so many ways because you're trying to be somebody else. Mm-hmm. So one thing is to always teach them to be their own person, be their own player. Mm-hmm. And for them, they have older sisters that played as well. So I've always, it's been something we talk about, not just to them, but and as a team in general, is to be your own player. Not only just be yourself, but be a player where, you're involved the whole team, because once you do that, then everything's going to flow pretty, smoothly. And that you have to work on yourself instead of trying to put yourself against somebody else. So that right there is going to be healthy for them mentally to grow as a player. Not only that, it'll help them as a person to grow and be a better person, not to set somebody else set a standard for you to, try to match. Because most time, if you're comparing yourself to somebody, you're going to come up really short. And for them to grow them is so that they have to learn to be themselves. They are different players from their sisters, so I want them to create their own image, to be the player that they are. If they surpass them, then that's the effort and performance they put into themselves. So that is something we mentally have huddle time where we are like, guys, this is not working. We need to do this. We need to do that. But most of the time is trying to give the girls, time to learn to find themselves. Some of them come in not learning the game. So, teaching them a couple of good steps to follow in the right direction is usually that's our job as coaches, is to lead them in the right direction.
Good deal. Lakota, I mentioned it earlier. True six rotation player. Basically means you play all over the court. You can put one away at the net, but you're also expected to make those plays in the back row. Which gives you more satisfaction? Stupid question, right? A big kill or a clutch dig?
Honestly, I would have to say both. Like,
Really? Well, if you only say one,
if I had to say
honestly, you can only say one.
if I had to say
I had
one,
to say one.
Yeah.
I would say a clutch dig.
Clutch dig. I like that. That tells me you're a team player right there. That's awesome. Why the clutch dig? Tell me that.
I think anybody can hit a ball, but not everybody can pass.
Yeah.
So when we really need it, and it's just that that lock-in moment, and you see the hitter go up, and you just get that amazing dig, and like it helps the team keep going forward and like keeps giving us momentum to just keep pushing and like to win the game. That's where I give more.
And it's kind of when that happens, it's kind of demoralizing for the other team a little bit because they hit it hard and they think they've got a kill and they've got the point, and then you dig it out, and they're like, "What?" I mean, is that an accurate statement?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. That's awesome. So let me ask you this, just a follow up. What's the part of your game that you're most proud of right now? Now you had this question. You're supposed to see this question, so don't act surprised. So what is the part of your game that you're most proud of?
I think the one part of my game that I'm most proud of, obviously all of it, but if I had to pick one, it's probably just my IQ on the court.
Okay.
I think IQ is something that a lot of athletes try and achieve, and I think over the years of me playing, and of course, like having my mom as my coach and then my sisters behind me, they've taught me a lot in like how to see the court, not just in the back row, but also in the front. And also not only just having the IQ of my own, but also helping my teammates see the court and like helping them develop their IQ as well.
Yeah. I think that's a very underrated part of really any sport. You can be very talented.
Yes, sir.
And the thing that separates potentially two talented players is their IQ. We had some soccer coaches on last week, Coach Joey Malchuk from Jacksonville, and Coach from Northside and Coach from White Oak, and we talked a little bit about IQ. So,
So Athena, so you're a lefty playing setter and right side. For people who may not be familiar with volleyball, what advantages does being left-handed give you? And I mean, how does that change the way you attack at the net?
before she answers that, because left-handed people are literally the smartest people in the world. Just want you to know that. I all my life, man. I've been left-handed all my life.
Are you
left-handed people are literally the
Are
smartest.
you amphibious?
I'm amphibious. Yeah, like Charles Shackelford. That's a joke. That's another joke. Go ahead, Athena. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Being left-handed, so most righties like Lakota, they play on outside, and it's because they can open their right shoulder to the court and then swing. So when you're left-handed, if you're put on the right side, you're just as strong as the outsides. So you don't have to let the ball pass over your shoulder and then swing. I can open up to the court and swing on the right side. So that's one thing that helps our team when I'm in the front row is being able to terminate, because I don't have as big as a block as Lakota does typically, because she has a big right side blocker, which are typically your stronger blockers on her, but I have an outside, and they're not usually used to strong right sides coming in.
Does it take defenses a while to adjust to your play?
Yeah, most of the time, righties who are hitting in right side aren't usually able to hit line as well, but I can crank it down the line with my left hand. And then typically there's a libero just sitting there waiting to get hit in the face. So
that is very true what she's saying. My daughter was right-handed but played outside hitter. And
All right, so
yes,
remind me not to get on Athena's bad side. I don't want to volleyball hit me in the face.
No, that's exactly right. Round two. We're good with round two. We got to show the play of the week. In fact, your winning. I think it was your winning. Teel was the play of the week last week against Havelock, in the fourth game of this or fourth set or whatever of the match. So that was the play of the week. This week we have Isaiah Betten, Omar Aguirre and Colton Patterson of Richlands High School. You got to watch this, man. I watched this 2 or 3 times. This is an awesome combination of soccer that leads to a goal by Colton Patterson. So we got our play of the week. Here we go. And if you missed it, we'll show you again.
Hey, Steve,
Yeah, that back pass was nasty.
Steve, that wasn't Richlands. That was certainly wasn't Manchester United. That was Real Madrid, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That was just a really nice play by Isaiah Betton, or actually returning all area player of the year for soccer. So great goal. And of course, let's thank every year this season. Or every week this season, the play of the week is brought to you by Bradley Carroll from Farm Bureau Insurance, and let's thank Bradley.
The Down East Prep Report Play of the Week is brought to you by Bradley Carroll with North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Bradley has been proud to call Onslow County home since 1990, and for more than 18 years, he's been helping local families protect what matters most with auto, home, and life insurance. Sure, you can buy insurance online, but when you need answers, or when life throws you a curveball, it's nice to have someone local you can call. Give Bradley a call today for a full policy review at 910-330-3699. That's 910-330-3699. Bradley Carroll, North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping protect the people and places that make Onslow County home. Now let's get you back to the show.
All right. Round 3, coach, captains, and chemistry. Coach. Oh, and by the way, we've just had, you can't see her on the screen, but this is the show's mascot. Her name is Millie, my little poodle. You can't see her on the screen right now, but she's got a Kong or got something that she's just going to town on. She will sit right there. If y'all want to see her on the camera, there we go. We'll switch to the middle camera. You can see her. She will be sitting there for a while because she's eating on something, and she may hop up in y'all's laps. I hope y'all like dogs. So anyway,
she certainly steals the show.
She steals the show when she comes in. So, Coach, you weren't expecting to become the head coach when you did. George called you about 2 weeks left in school year and suddenly said, "Hey, it's your program." Take me back to that phone call. What was the reaction when you got that phone call?
I wasn't prepared for George to leave. I really wasn't. We were, but some things about my kids, they all wanted to play for George.
Yeah.
And that year, she was coming up to be a freshman. Both of them were. And he called me and said, "Hey, so I'm going to retire in 2 weeks and I need you to take the program." It was sad. We Coach Folger and Coach June Gillum have been there for a long time. So when I joined the program, we all kind of like clicked together. Everything was a lot of things we didn't have to tell each other what to do. Everything kind of flowed. Trying to get JV developed and then move on to varsity was my job at that time, in which we've had like a revolving door of so many girls come through. But when he announced his retirement, we were actually really sad. But I knew there was a job that I needed to do. Mm-hmm. So that year I stepped in and did a lot of moving around. If anything, I actually kind of like enforce a lot of rules that I needed the program to move into in a direction that I was not George Folger's direction. Right. A lot of things had to be revamped. And it took up till today, when we just left practice, for a lot of things to manifest, to have a competitive program. Mm-hmm. Our Onslow County, our high schools are so close together. So the pool of pulling a lot of talent is very hard. Yeah. So with that being said, when it's tryout day, Coach June and I will sit at the door and be like, We have this joke going on for a while. It's like, hey, Jesus is gonna send us a 6'4" middle blocker. He's gonna send us a nice 6'4" middle blocker, But every year, we take what we get and we develop that, whatever talent we get through the door, we do our best to develop them and teach them to compete.
Yeah.
We are in a 6-7 conference, so it is a very tough conference to be in.
Yeah, and just I'll talk about that real quick. My daughter's junior year, they dropped down to 2A. They just went through these classifications. Where they doubled it like this this year or whatever. But they were 3A up until through her junior year, and her junior year they were in the conference with J.H. Rose wasn't in the conference, but at White Oak, South Central, and D.H. Conley were in their conference, and it's a different. Greenville, Wilmington's, it's just different worlds of volleyball. Her junior year, they had a really good team. They went 20-6, most wins in White Oak history. They lost 6 matches. They lost to D.H. Conley 3 times and South Central 3 times. Twice during the regular season, once in the Big Four or whatever, and South Central beat them in the 3rd round of playoffs. So they had a really good, and just it's a different world. So you guys, and like you said, you got to roll with who walks in the door. Yes. But kudos to you for, I love the attitude about you're going to develop the talent. Whoever walks through the door, that's awesome.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you a piggyback off that question because I'm running to you often at the comments. So you work you work for the city rec department with the volleyball area. With the volleyball department. How important that is for you? I know you love volleyball, you love being in the gym, but it also is important for you to develop these young girls no matter what school they go to. Is that important to you?
Very important. I feel like that's important for us as a county. That's where we start. A lot of our families don't, love the rec program. So they come in from, I think the program has grown to a point where we have taken in a lot of kids from out of the county, non-residents. So the program has grown exponentially. We've started that program with just probably 6 teams. Today, the fall season has started. We've managed at least about 16 to 18 teams, and that's has grown. It's doubled its size. And I love that program. I've poured a lot of my time into summer camps. Sometimes I can coach a team and then work at the same time, and I'll even run up there and do the book. I love it because. Do
you ref too?
I can ref. It's not out of the ballpark.
The girls do.
Yes, my girls do. Yeah. So seeing a lot of girls that have come into the rec program and say, I could never make the high school team. And today I'm happy to say a lot of my girls come from the rec program because if we develop something there and it flows into the middle schools and then into the high schools, and not just for one program, it's all our surrounding programs. So it does. I do love coaching and working at the rec program. I feel like it's grown to a size where it's actually bigger than a lot of clubs around here.
Yeah.
So yes, I've actually loved seeing different faces. So I go to different high schools. I was like, oh, I saw you. You were at my summer camp. So and I love seeing that, the girls coming out and they put their time in, just to see them succeed in something they think that they could never think they can be a part of. As it gives me a lot of motivation to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lakota, so we talked last week. You and Athena have played together since 7th grade. At this point, how y'all know each other? You're both y'all are on the same page. Can y'all know what each other's going to do without saying it? Do you know what she's going to do without saying anything to her, and vice versa?
I definitely think we can. I think what we have is just that type of bond where if we're on the court, we don't have to say anything to each other, and just we're able to flow in like that state of mind that we know each other, that they got it or I got it. I think having our bond is really good because not only does it help us, but it also helps our team. So just being able to move around each other without having to say anything is it's a really big advantage for us.
Athena, you and the Lakota, do y'all beat your head against the same wall and communicate like that?
Yeah, being her setter is new this season for me, just because these past 2 seasons, my sophomore year, it was Shawnee setting, and then my junior year, it was Gray setting. This season, it's new, but I would say that my connection with her is a lot stronger than all the other girls, just purely based off of the fact that we've been playing together for so long. But yeah, I it's funny because anytime we're at practice, we're like, oh, we know what coach is gonna say. Like we know which drill we're gonna do next. Like we're just on the same wavelength when it comes to everything.
So before I ask you the question, I got to share this with you guys real quick because this is one of your teammates. One of my favorite players, Isabella Hernandez. I interviewed her with basketball last year. She's saying, "Go!" She's watching, and she said, "Go guys!" And she said, "Go guys!" So, Izzy, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Look forward to having you back during basketball season.
And that was a fun show with her.
That was a great show
Destiny Holmes
with her and Destiny Holmes. In fact, Destiny Holmes won. She won a Mammoth Award, which with one of those tumblers over there. So anyway, Athena, you said, "Oh, we've got the big pups coming in now. How about this, Charlie? Charlie, you got to sit down, buddy. You're going to grab that and probably be on." Mom must have taken off back to work. So okay, go. You got to sit down. Come on, sit down. Sit down. There we go. All right, Athena, you said being a senior really hasn't changed much for you. You said you're just keeping on doing what you've always done. Where does that even keel and that approach come from?
Honestly, volleyball is just a part of my life at this point. So being a senior, I feel like it hasn't really changed anything, like I know that the team has changed. Like it's a completely different team when I was a sophomore to now. But being a senior, I'm still the same player that I've always been. I'm still the same person. So just moving up, trying to up my game so that I can help the girls coming up too. It's just been an ongoing thing, just forever evolving.
That's great. But let me ask you this. I'm going to have a follow-up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it, and this is for both of you, does it feel a little different though? This is your senior year. Well, you've made the playoffs every year. I tell every senior, whatever the sport that it is, sitting across from me, when you hit the playoffs, every game that you have at that point could be your last game. Mm-hmm. And when you need to walk out on the court, me personally, I was like, yeah, that's a lot of pressure, but I you need to remember that. Mm-hmm. So, but with that in mind, this senior year, and I'll ask both of you guys this, does it feel a little different, or has it not felt a little different until I said something about it? Or think about that question. So what's the thought about that?
Thinking about it right now, it's
now that I brought it up, right?
It's kind of crazy. Like, I remember when I was a freshman and it was my sister's senior night, I was like, this is pretty cool. Like, I never really I shed a couple tears. I was like, man, she's going to be gone. And it's weird just because that's who I came up under.
Yeah.
But now being a senior, feels kind of off. Like nothing is off with my volleyball, but it's weird that it's going to end.
Yeah.
Cause I've been here for 4 years, like volleyball is just a part of my school career now. So ending it at Jacksonville it's kind of crazy, but I think it also, it makes everything so much more serious. Mm-hmm. Like when we step on that court, we're like, you know what? This is the last time we're playing this team. We got to put it all out there. I
love it.
Yeah.
Lakota, what about you?
Like she said, it was almost like I blinked, and like
I was going to ask. So the 4 years have gone by quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's like you blink and you're just, wait, I'm already like 17. I'm
grown up.
Yeah. It's like I came in here, I was like 13 years old, 14, and then just boom, now I'm 17, and now we have like these younger girls, and whenever like last year, I was like, well, I still have another year left. But now that I'm really looking at it, like this is my last year. And like when I look at our freshmen that we have this year, I always tell them, like, guys, you want to do everything you want to in high school. It's like, because you guys are going to blink and you're going to be just like me. It's like, everything's going to feel like it's been gone. But like she said, my volleyball hasn't changed, but knowing like this is my last season in high school has definitely like, it's kind of put like a dent on me. It's like, wow, this is my last season as a senior.
Coach, follow up for you. You got 2 senior captains sitting beside you. They played together for years. What do they give you as a coach that doesn't necessarily show up in the box score?
They challenge me every day, because I have to come in and challenge them as well. So teaching them something new, and I want it to roll over on the court, is something I expect from them. I can always count on them. That's one thing. I can always count on them. They are, before we start practice, okay, guys, run the practice until we need to get into defense. So they know exactly what to do. So in other words, my confidence in them to run practice if I'm not there, to run certain things when I'm not there. That's something that comes with a year of a relationship with them, teaching them what needs to be done without me having to tell them. So that relationship has grown beautifully, to sort of say, because we've had games where we literally depended on both of them. Okay. We tell them one cannot be off. If one is off, one has got to be on. If both is on, we need to do business and get home. So
win in 3 and go home.
Yes, win in 3 and go home. We got dinner to catch, and then if we're gonna stop on the way, we're gonna stop on the way. Maybe use up a little bit of that time, but that is a mentality and that mindset that I want them to be in. Is a mindset of when we step on the court, they know what to expect, that they know where my expectations are for them to deliver what we need every game.
That's awesome. So a couple of things going on here, and I'll pop back to this camera. We've been invaded by the dogs. Charlie's down in the floor, and Millie has officially become part of the show now. She's hopped up. So ladies, thank you for accommodating her. She will sit there as long as you pet her. The second thing is Xavier Borgia. Athena is the best. Is that how you pronounce his last name?
Bora.
You're the best. He's watching. So I just wanted to share that with you. All right. So speaking of scholar athletes and volleyball, we do have a scholar athlete of the week, which we do every week. And let's transition over. This week's scholar athlete is Abigail Burns. She's a senior at Dixon High School, volleyball player. GPA 4.67. AP courses, English language, and composition, environmental science. Honors courses, math 3, chemistry, health science 2, CTE, internship. And she's taking some courses over at Coastal, public speaking. Great course. My son took it. Said it was the best course he ever took in 4 years of school. And general psychology. That's a tough one. That's probably a little bit different than public speaking. She's a defensive specialist, and she's number 16 for the Dixon Lady Bulldogs volleyball team. She's the anchor of the back row defense, defensive specialist. We talked about it, the back row position built on grit, quick reflexes, and keeping every play alive. She carries that same discipline into the classroom, where she maintains again that 4.67 GPA, and she's just finishing her senior year out, trying to balance academics, leadership on the court and in the classroom and in the student body, and just continue to excel as a student athlete. So Southern Touch Painting is our Scholar Athlete Spotlight sponsor of the week, of the season. And with that, let's hear something from Roger Carroll.
Your home is your biggest investment, and it deserves to look its absolute best. Giving your home that fresh, flawless look, that's the Southern Touch difference. Whether you are looking to repaint your interior rooms completely, refresh your exterior siding to boost curb appeal, or handle those general property maintenance tasks that have been piling up, there is one local team you can always count on. That's Roger Carroll and his expert staff at Southern Touch Painting and Maintenance. Roger and his team treat your house just like it's their own. They don't cut corners corners. They focus on the details to deliver quality you can see and service you can trust. Best of all, Southern Touch is fully licensed, completely insured, and highly reliable. They aren't some out-of-town company. They are right here in your neighborhood, proudly serving our community every single day. Why stress over DIY projects when you can leave it to the professionals? Give your home the care and craftsmanship it truly deserves. Ready to transform your living space? It all starts with a complimentary consultation. Schedule your completely free estimate today by calling 910-346-1885. That is 910-346-1885. Or browse their portfolio of stunning local transformations online at southerntouchpaintingandmaintenance.com. Southern Touch, where your home gets the care it deserves.
All right, we're back in round 4.
And Steve,
what's ahead?
Real quick, you said the magic word, the magic words twice in the show.
What's that?
6-7.
Yeah, you got on me. I can't remember. I don't. Okay, I did. I don't.
Every
know.
time we say,
every time I say it,
I think Coach made it one time.
I did it. I did it last year, and y'all. We went into this thing. You had to explain it to me, and I still don't get it. And I guess I'm not supposed to get it because it means nothing. I guess so. I'm old. Okay. I just think it's funny.
I said it to my 13-year-old a couple weeks ago. She goes, "Daddy, you're not cool."
I'm me. I don't understand.
Yeah.
What's ahead? You're up, bud.
So, Coach, Jacksonville has made the playoffs every year since 2009. I think a couple years ago was it, or last year, or you won that first playoff game in a long time. So I know that meant a lot. But talk about this stretch of consistency with the Jacksonville Cardinals volleyball program, and what do y'all need to do to kind of take that next step as well?
I think right now, with being in a tough conference, the one thing that we do try to apply every season is teaching the girls to move in a speed that we can compete in. So this year we got a heavy senior class of 7 seniors on my roster this year. All have returned and all have played since freshman year. So we have a pretty solid foundation going into this season. Now, all we have to do this year is every day at practice is pushing momentum, pushing speed, pushing IQ, and we're hopeful this season that we'll make a pretty big impact with a strong, experienced senior class, and that's all we can hope for going into a season. I don't want to count on my eggs in my basket, before they hatch. So we push them in the right direction, feed them the things that we need, and then we hope that at games that they are going to mature and come in fruition to where we are going to make a big impact this year.
And it helps. We talked a lot with Joey Mahouchik last week with soccer, that you play in a really good conference.
Yes, sir.
You got, besides you guys, obviously you got the 3 Greenville schools. They are really good schools.
Yes,
and it makes a difference. There's a very good chance when you go into the first round of playoffs, I mean, you guys may finish wherever in your conference. You may win conference, you may finish second or third, but you may be playing a team that maybe, I don't say won their conference, but maybe had a better record than you, but they didn't play the competition that you played. So playing that tough competition, we talked about that last week with Joey, and soccer really, really makes a difference. All right, we got to tear away from Millie for a second. She's on her back now. This is for both you ladies. Seniors, when the season is over and you look back on your final year together, and each of you answer this question, what do you want people to remember about this year's Jacksonville volleyball team? And whoever wants to take it first.
Honestly, I think that this season, especially, I don't know if it's because I'm a senior, but this season, our team is looking really, really good. Every single girl, even if they're not a senior, Abigail, she's a sophomore this year. I've seen her make so much progress since her freshman year to her sophomore year. She was on JV her freshman year, and then we pulled her up to varsity, and she did great at middle. Every single girl has put their blood, sweat, and tears into this volleyball program. And so, right now, I think that what comes to remember about it is, we are a really good team, and we've gotten so much better because of hard work. You know,
awesome.
so if that is one big takeaway, is just hard work gets you really far.
That's awesome. Lakota, what about you?
I would say our team connection. We all come from different walks of life, and when we're all put into the same gym, we all like to do the same thing. We love to play volleyball. So I know a lot of times at practice, like today, we didn't have our music, and usually we play music while we're practicing.
I love it. I'm a music guy, and I got some music questions coming up in rapid fire. I love it.
And, we usually listen to Michael Jackson or just a lot of throwbacks, and sometimes we listen to Islander music, or we listen to reggae. But today we didn't have our music, so as our little team connection, we did karaoke and we started singing the whole time. So I think our team.
I've got a new rapid fire question. Okay, go ahead.
Our team connection, I think, is our biggest thing about this season. I love how everybody just comes together and we're able to just form a team.
That is awesome.
Steve, the big question is, what do the kids do to have the music taken away from them at practice today?
They maybe just forgot the boombox. Was that, or did they do something?
Our assistant coach holds the phone that has the approved playlist.
Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. I understand.
So she's throwing the assistant coach under the bus.
Yeah. All right, last section, and then we go to rapid fire. We got a quote of the week. Our quote of the week is not sponsored by anybody, so any potential business that's watching and wants to sponsor can come out. And this is Swansville junior volleyball player Reese Hislop, who recently committed to play beach volleyball at Arizona State. Running and playing and jumping in the sand is hard, and it's just you and your partner. In indoor, if you're having a bad day, you can get subbed out, but you really don't do that on the beach. So you have to come back immediately if you miss a ball. So the mental side can be harder because you're also playing in the heat. But I feel like it's made me quicker reading balls and going after and going to get them. So again, Reese Hislop, she was all area last year, wasn't she? Yeah, junior. Swansboro committed to go to Arizona State, not next year, but the following year to play volleyball.
And Steve, I did want to ask Coach. So the beach volleyball, I mean, how, for people who may not know, how hard is that, Coach?
It is hard. You have to cover a lot of room, and there's only two, like she said.
Right.
You can't afford a lot of mistakes, and you gotta make sure that you're digging down in your own self. Like if you're coming in and making a mistake, you can't be subbed out.
Yeah.
you gotta
maybe call
pick it,
timeout, I guess, but you only get so many timeout. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of difference on the beach and the hard court. So props up for Ms. Hislop for making that commitment to
awesome.
play D1. Great on her. I wish her the best.
All right, rapid fire. Before we get to that, we've got Abby XO15. Shout out. Is she a member of the volleyball team?
Yes, she is.
Awesome, good deal. Well, glad she's watching. So this is it. Rapid fire. Haven't shared these questions with you. Quick answers. Don't overthink it. Let's just have fun. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to go to this camera view here so we can see the dog and all the dogs. I don't have to switch camera angles back and forth. I'll start with Coach, and this is for all three. Y'all will just go down the line, and then we'll go back the other way. One word to describe this year's Jacksonville High School volleyball team. One word. Strong. Funny. Hardworking.
Oh, they didn't take any time at all.
No, that's all. Well, they said they're unlike a lot of the boys.
I know the boys.
They listen. The ladies listen. So I said rapid fire. They answer quickly.
Athena, circle one date on the schedule. Which matches are you looking forward to the most this year?
J-Tros.
J.H. Rose.
New Bern.
Yeah.
Conley.
Give me the name of a player or teammate who might fly under the radar this year but shouldn't.
Haley Mahalchik.
Lydia.
What's your last name? You know her last name? Lee. Okay.
Abigail. Valentine.
Okay.
Athena, who's the most serious player on the team?
That's a good question. Probably Lakota.
Okay.
Lakota?
She came in with a serious look on her. I told you, man. Lakota.
Athena.
Peyton Smith.
Okay.
Coach?
Isabella Hernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get on.
You don't want to.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Even though when you hear her talk, that squeaky little voice
Yes.
gets you, man. Lakota was serious before she started petting Millie. Now she's mush, right? Okay, Coach, who's the jokester? Who keeps everybody loose? You got a jokester? Lakota.
Yep.
Lydia Lee.
Lydia Lee.
Yeah, Lydia.
Okay.
Athena, who talks the most on the team? Who talks the most, communicates on the court, but also who talks the most trash? Who talks the most junk?
I'm not gonna lie, I talk a lot of trash.
That does not surprise me, knowing having talked to your sister and interviewed your sister. That does not surprise me.
Lakota. Who talks the most?
Probably me too.
I love it. I love it. Coach.
Yep, both of them.
All right.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I'll start down here. This is a player question, but Coach may rock this one too. I'm a music guy. What you rocking on your AirPods before games?
I like to listen to Hot Wings.
Hot Wings. I
Yeah.
have no idea what that is.
It's from Rio, the
Okay.
movie.
Okay.
It's a good song.
AirPods. What you listening to? What you rocking?
I listen to a lot of Michael Jackson.
Okay, that's cool. Coach, you listen to anything, or are you just getting ready?
I'm old school. We owe ACDC.
Love it, love it, love it, love it.
So, Athena, who has the worst taste in music on the team?
Just based off of my preference,
Yep.
I would probably say Lydia. Just because I don't like what she listens to.
Lydia Lee.
Who does she
She's
listen
funny, but yet she's
She's
that's,
always-
that's a horrible music.
Who does she like?
She's always rapping in the locker.
Okay. Lakota,
I would have to agree.
I have to agree with that one. Coach, you
I
get
could not tell.
okay, okay. So road trip. Maybe you're coming back from Greenville. Maybe you're coming from New. I don't know if you stopped. But come back from New Bern. Who decides where the bus stops to eat, Coach?
Usually it has come to a point where we've agreed. If they do good, we're stopping at McDonald's. If we don't, we're gas stationing it.
So coach makes that decision.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. There's no reason to ask that.
Coach, which player asks you the most questions during practice?
Athena Teel.
Really?
Yes.
Jasmine.
Jasmine.
I say probably Peyton. Peyton
Peyton.
asks a lot of questions.
All right, Athena, this question is for you, only for you. Who's more competitive, Lakota or Coach Flatt? More competitive.
I think that Coach Cat shows it more, like vocally.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that when we're in like a really competitive game, you can see it on Lakota's face.
That's fair.
Lakota, who's harder to deal with? Coach Flatt at practice or Mama Flatt at home?
Which one? We're going to give you a chance to rebuke this question. So,
I would definitely say Coach at practice.
Coach at practice.
Because she's very competitive, and I think at practice I can't get away with most of the things I would get away with at home.
Coach, you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, who's harder to deal with? Player Lakota or daughter Lakota?
Daughter Lakota. Yes. That
So
one, yeah.
so the follow up for that, she just said about getting away with stuff. So the follow up for that's perfect. What's one thing Lakota can get away with at home or practice that she can't get away at the other place? What's one thing?
At home, she cleaning her room.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, I think that's what every teenage child is, trying to get them to clean their room. But I know when we have long days, I'll let her get away with it.
Okay.
I said, all right, okay, you can get away with it one day, but not a whole week of not cleaning your room.
Lakota and Athena. Lakota, you first. Who's most likely to argue with the referee? Athena.
Is that? I think we kind of determined that. Coach,
Yes.
Coach, you agree with
Yes.
that one?
Yes.
What are you arguing about?
Just everything. I like to yell at them, you know.
Just have conversations with them with a loud voice. All right, I got one left, but I got another one. You mentioned karaoke. Best singer on the team. Athena, you go first. Best singer on the team. And you know the follow-up question to this. Best singer on the team.
Probably, I would say the ones that do sing
Okay.
are Abigail
Okay.
and Lydia.
Okay. And now, who's the worst singer on the team?
Both of them.
Both of them. Okay. Lakota, best singer, worst singer?
I would say the best singer. God, that's really hard because
Neither one of them can sing, or nobody can sing. So you're just going straight down the line, worst singer.
probably Abby and Lydia.
Okay. Coach, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, that's the going joke. Today we didn't have the music, and then Lydia was humming. I say, they're like, Coach, where's the music? I say, Lydia, go ahead and sing. Lydia just belted out the national anthem, and mind you, they were all like, Lydia, be quiet, So today I felt like that was, it came up in the wash, like who's not supposed to be singing. So I'm sorry, Lydia, we're putting you on blast today.
Steve,
You got anything else?
I have one thing for
Final
Coach and then one thing for the players.
Okay.
Coach, what is one thing that I think this is my new question to all the coaches? What's one thing that today's kids, particularly volleyball players, what's one thing that they do now that just gets under your skin, that just drives you crazy?
I feel like not retaining information.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something new that we teach. You expect them to process it and apply it.
Yeah.
But every time we do it, we can do it so many times, but we never see it on the court, So I think that one is a little frustrating as a coach, is you're trying to teach them something that would be helpful for the team, but it's just taking a little longer to come into fruition, So that to me as a coach is more frustrating, especially now with I feel like their focus is not long enough for it's at my standards, but I can tell you, if they sit on the phone, they'll memorize the whole song before anything and can belt it out in 5 seconds. But I tell them, okay, memorize rotation. Nobody would do that in a heartbeat.
And not only do they memorize the song, but then they sing it.
Then they sing it
badly.
Terribly, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Lakota, what is one thing that Coach Flatt does during practice or games that maybe frustrates you players a little bit?
I know one thing, especially with our team, we make a lot of jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, some of the jokes we make, you would kind of think are you really joking? But I think that's just our us as a team. We're very sarcastic.
Yeah.
So when we make a joke, she looks at us, she's like, why would you say that? Yeah. And then we're just all sitting there laughing, and she's like, guys, that wasn't funny.
What's one thing that Coach Flatt does at practice that kind of can maybe be a little frustrating?
I'm not going to throw myself under the bus like that.
Good. She's got it's like 24/7 with her, but good answer. What would be, if you don't succeed in volleyball, you'll be a great politician. How about that?
I'm always trying to get people in trouble.
You are trying to throw people under the bus. All right, last one. Serious question. Finish this sentence. I'll start with Coach. This season will be a success if what?
We work as a team.
Lakota. This season will be a success if
we work hard.
Work hard.
As long as we stay dialed in at the goal.
Dialed in the goal. And what's the goal?
Win conference.
All right. I love it. You got anything else?
No, that was
fun. This was fun. So Coach, Lakota, Athena, thank you so much for spending time with us, and best luck. We're going to be watching you guys the rest of the year, and good luck the rest of the season. So a coach and 2 seniors, captains. And Lakota and Athena had a pretty successful older sister combo coming up at Jacksonville High School before them. But that's part of their story. But it's their senior year now. It's their team, and it's their chance to write their own story. I want to thank Catherine Flatt, Lakota Flatt, and Athena Teel for spending some time with us today. And Chris, another good conversation. Mm-hmm. And we'll be keeping an eye out on Jacksonville Volleyball throughout the fall, right here on the Down East Prep Report. A big thank you to Marine Federal Credit Union, our presenting sponsor, for making the Down East Prep Report possible every week. And then, of course, all of the other sponsors. Just really quick programming notes. Tomorrow, we have a special Down East Prep Report with Coach Eddie D and some players from Liberty Christian Academy football team as we kick off the football season coming up on Friday night. And we're going to have some of your predictions for the games. We'll have those on screen so folks can throw pretend darts at
Yeah.
what you say.
Mhm.
So that's tomorrow, 12 o'clock here in the cave. If you're not doing anything tonight, we got a new show coming out tonight, 7 p.m. It's called Monday Night Film Room. It's high school football. We've got, I'm not going to be on the camera, so everybody won't have to see my face. Coach Dave Miller, formerly of Jacksonville High School, he is the host of that show, along with Bob Warlick, who is a voice of the Cardinals on the radio, football team of the radio. They're going to be hosting that show, along with Preston Kelly from Southwest High School. They're talking high school football. They're going to talk about the season upcoming. They're going to look at this week's matchups. Special guest is Bob Eason, retired from Northside High School, started the football program at high school, first coach at Northside High School, 140 some odd wins.
AKA the rugby coach.
The rugby coach. The cool thing about this show, this is the cool thing. I'm inviting everyone to come out. I'm not inviting you to come to my house, to the cave. The show will be live starting at 7 p.m. at Bubba 33's restaurant on Western Boulevard. So it's going to be cool. We're going to be live, setting up shop for about an hour or so in the back behind the bar area where the high top tables are. Dave, Bob, Preston, and Bob Eason running from about 7 to 8. So it'll be pretty cool. We're looking forward to it. And then, of course, we'll do our show tomorrow again, talk high school football. But anything else?
No, I mean, like I said, I think we're already a week into the high school season, and before you know it, these young ladies talked about blinking, and they're already seniors.
Yeah.
We blinked, and we're already on our 40s and 50s, and
Gosh, yep.
yeah, you're getting old.
I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Do we have we don't have next week lined
We
up
don't
yet.
next
do we?
week.
Oh, Jonathan Bird, I thought.
Yes, next week for
White Oak High School
and I do
football
wanna
coach.
make one little small comment, Coach. My 13-year-old is coming to White Oak next year. So wink, wink, hint, hint. If you wanna trade allegiances.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us today. Thank you guys for watching. Who's watched? For Chris Miller, I'm Steve Goodson. Just remember, speak, and the cave will listen. Thank you guys.